You think uploading daily for 90 days is just about putting out more content. It's not. It's not even close. It's about rewiring your brain. It's about going to war with the version of yourself that likes comfort, that wants to stay hidden, that's afraid of criticism and failure. Uploading every single day isn't about having the best camera or the cleanest edits. It's about becoming the kind of person who shows up no matter what. It's about becoming dangerous in a world that's full of passive people. Most people won't even dare to try it. They'll look at you and say, "That's crazy." They'll laugh, they'll doubt you, they'll roll their eyes, and when they see you start, they'll think it's a phase. You'll burn out, they'll say, "You'll quit like everyone else." And that's the first moment where something powerful happens. You get to prove them wrong, not by arguing, but by doing, day after day. No breaks. No excuses. On day one, it feels good. You're riding the excitement. You've got your idea. You shoot, you edit, you post. The adrenaline hits. It's a rush. You're thinking, why haven't I been doing this already? Day 2, still good. Day 3, your video flops, 5 views, 2 likes. Maybe one is from your mom. Now doubt creeps in. Is this even worth it? And here's where 90% of people stop. They look at the analytics and they let the numbers decide their worth. But you keep going, you upload again. That's the first test. The first sign that you're starting to separate yourself from the pack. You don't realize it yet, but by the time you hit day 5, you're already becoming more focused. You stop second, guessing your script. You stop spending hours worrying about perfection. You're moving fast. You're making decisions. You're learning to trust your gut. You're starting to care more about output than overthinking. And with every upload, you get sharper, your edits are faster, your titles get tighter, your hooks become better. You're not just making content anymore. You're training in the dark while everyone else is sleeping. Around day 10, something strange happens. Your brain starts thinking in videos. You're brushing your teeth and an idea hits you. You're walking to the store and you're scripting in your head. Every moment becomes content. Every failure becomes a lesson. You start building a mental library of things that work and things that flop. You're analyzing everything, not just your own videos, but others too. You start asking, why did this blow up? What did they do in the first 5 seconds? How did they title it? You're becoming a student of the platform, and that's when you start to evolve. You start hearing a new voice in your head, and it doesn't sound like doubt anymore. It sounds like drive. You wake up thinking, what's today's video? It's not a question of if, it's a question of how. You're not waiting for inspiration to hit. You're showing up with or without it. That's the shift. The moment you stop treating creativity like a magical mood and start treating it like a job, like a mission. That's where the real growth begins, but it's not easy. You're going to have days where you hate every clip you shot. You're going to lose files. You're going to crash Premiere Pro or CapCut at 2 a.m. and want to throw your laptop across the room. You're going to have those videos you thought were genius completely tank. You'll look at the comments. Maybe you get one or none. You'll wonder if anyone's watching. You'll feel invisible, and then you'll hit upload anyway. That's the key. You do it anyway. That's where most people quit. But if you press upload on those days, you're already winning. Because here's the truth. Every daily upload is another swing at the plate. Another shot at a breakout. You might go 0 for 30 and then hit a home run on day 31. You might be sitting at 53 subscribers for weeks and then jump to 500 overnight. You don't get to choose which video blows up, but you do get to choose how often you show up. And the more you show up, the higher the chances something hits. Something always hits eventually, but only if you're still in the game. You'll start to feel this momentum building, not just in your channel, but in your life. Your discipline bleeds into everything. You stop wasting hours on social media because you've got videos to make. You stop watching Netflix because you're editing. You stop sleeping in because the morning is quiet, and that's your best window to shoot. You start living differently, focused, intentional, hungry. You're not just a creator now. You're an operator. You're building something that could change your entire life, and then the world starts to notice. At first, it's small, Someone leaves a comment that says, "This actually helped me." Someone DM you asking how you're doing this daily. A creator with 10 times your following reaches out and says they like your style. You go from nobody knowing your name to people recognizing you in your niche. You go from silence to traction, not because you're the best editor, not because your content is perfect, but because you showed up when nobody else would. You stop comparing yourself to people with millions of views. You realize they didn't start there. They uploaded 100 videos that got no views before anyone noticed. You're doing the same. You're putting in the unseen work. And soon, your content starts showing it. You stop rambling. You start structuring. You stop copying trends blindly and start remixing them into something unique. Your voice starts to emerge. Your style becomes clearer. You start hearing people say, "I knew that was your video just from the first few seconds." That's not luck. That's 90 days of relentless iteration. Every video teaches you something. You learn to write faster, speak clearer, cut tighter. You realize your intro was too long. Your thumbnail didn't pop. Your audio was off, and you fix it. Next video, you adjust. Then again and again. You're running constant experiments. What if you change the title format? What if you move the hook to the start? What if you used humor here? You try, you test, you learn. While others are planning and procrastinating, you're collecting real data. And that's why you're getting better faster. You begin to feel unstoppable, not because it's easy, but because you're building proof that you can handle anything. No time, you make it work. Bad lighting, you shoot anyway. Sick, you whisper your voice over. No one to film you, you figure it out. You become resourceful. You become resilient. And that's the type of person who wins in any space. Not just on YouTube. Because you've built muscle, mental toughness, and an identity that says, "I do hard things and I don't quit." And there's another layer to it. You start respecting yourself more because deep down you know how many times you've quit things in the past, how many ideas you never started, how many dreams you talked about but didn't act on. But not this time. This time you kept going. You're no longer the person who says, "I'm going to be a YouTuber." You're already doing it. You're no longer the person watching others build. You're building. You also begin to understand that the algorithm isn't the enemy. It's just a mirror. It reflects your consistency, your improvement, your engagement. The more you show up, the more the system starts favoring you. The platform rewards patterns, and you've built one. Daily uploads. People start to expect you. They come back. Even if they don't subscribe right away, they recognize your face. You're building familiarity. Trust. Repetition breeds connection, and connection is the key to growth. And you start noticing the subtle wins. Watch time increases. Click-through rate improves. People comment, "How are you uploading every day?" You realize they're not just watching your content. They're watching your journey. You're no longer just delivering videos. You're telling a story in real time. A story of perseverance, growth, failure, and grit. And your audience starts rooting for you, because deep down they want to believe it's possible too. But what really sets this challenge apart is what it does to your identity. It forces you to kill your inner perfectionist. You can't spend 20 hours polishing one video when you've got another due tomorrow. So you learn to ship, to move, to let go. You learn that done is better than perfect, and consistency is better than brilliance. Because brilliant creators who post once every 6 months get forgotten. But consistent creators who post every day become unstoppable. The craziest part, you're just getting started. You're still learning, still leveling up. But the version of you that existed 90 days ago. They don't even recognize you now. You've built more than a channel. You've built momentum. You've built resilience. You've built a habit that will carry you through every future challenge. And most importantly, you've proven to yourself that you can do something most people wouldn't even dare to try. You've already made it farther than most. You're uploading daily. You've battled the early doubt, the low views, the late nights, and you're still here. That's not normal. That's not average. That's the beginning of becoming great. And now something even more powerful starts to happen. Your mindset changes. You're no longer thinking about just today's video. You're thinking long term. You're starting to see how one video connects to the next, how a series forms, how a brand is shaped, how a narrative builds. You're not just creating content, you're architecting a legacy. Your confidence doesn't come from external validation anymore. It's not about likes, shares, or how many people watch it on day one. It's about the fact that you know you'll be here tomorrow, and the next day. And the next, that knowledge, that relentless certainty, becomes your competitive edge. Other people are guessing, you're executing. Other people are hoping something works. You're creating outcomes. The fear of the camera gone. You used to overthink every word, re-record every sentence, edit out every breath. Now you speak with presence. You speak with truth. You've practiced it so many times that you don't need to pretend. You're not performing anymore. You're connecting. People can feel it. They can see it in your eyes. They can hear it in your voice. You're not trying to impress anyone. You're trying to impact someone. That's a massive shift. You become less emotionally attached to the outcome, because when you upload once a month, that video becomes your identity. When you upload daily, it's just one brick in the wall. You don't have time to cry over numbers. You don't have time to obsess over analytics. You're building, you're focused, you're working. And by showing up every day, you learn something most creators never learn. You are not your views. You are your habits, and if your habits are strong, the views will come. Somewhere along the way, you stop chasing trends and start setting them. You're not scrambling to do what everyone else is doing. You're figuring out your own rhythm, your own formats, your own ideas. You become confident in your lane, and when someone copies you, it doesn't bother you anymore, because you know they're behind you. You've already moved on to the next thing. You're building with foresight. They're reacting, you're leading. That's what daily uploading does. It puts you 10 steps ahead. You stop waiting for the perfect setup. You stop saying, I'll do better when I get a new mic, or once I buy that lens, because you know gear doesn't make the creator, work ethic does, consistency does, the ability to tell a story, to spark emotion, to connect with a stranger through a screen. Those skills aren't bought. They're forged, and you're forging them every single day. You've recorded on bad days, on tired days, on days when you didn't feel like it at all. And those reps, those invisible workouts, have built you into something unstoppable. People start telling you how lucky you are. They don't see the 90 days of grind, the 4 a.m. edits, the hours you spent studying thumbnails, the rewrites, the reshoots, the days you had to restart because your file got corrupted. They just see the momentum now. They see your channel growing, your reach expanding, your audience becoming loyal. They say, must be nice. But you know it wasn't luck. It was earned. It was carved out of your discipline, your sacrifice, and your refusal to quit. You realize your energy has changed. People treat you differently, not because of the numbers, but because of how you carry yourself. You walk with purpose. You speak with conviction. You know what you're building. That self-respect is contagious. It shows up in your content. It shows up in your posture, and your viewers feel it. They don't just like your videos. They believe in you, because you've shown them what relentless effort looks like. You've shown them consistency not just once, but 90 times in a row. And now, other creators start asking for your advice. People you used to look up to now want your opinion. They ask, how are you staying so consistent? How do you come up with ideas every day? And you realize something wild. You've gone from consumer to producer, from follower to leader, from beginner to mentor. Not because you read more books or had more talent, but because you committed. You made a decision and you honored it. Your channel becomes a mirror of your growth. When you look at your first video in this challenge and then look at your latest, the difference is undeniable. The way you talk, the way you shoot, the way you think, it's all elevated. It's not just about skill, it's about mindset. You believe in yourself now. You know you can handle pressure. You know you can deliver. Even when things go wrong, you've built the muscle to adapt and keep moving. And that confidence becomes your superpower. And here's the kicker. While you've been grinding, the algorithm has been watching. Every upload, every watch minute, every interaction. It's all data, and the platform starts to notice. Not just your audience, but the system itself. You're reliable, you're active, you're engaging, you're pushing people to stay longer on the site. That's gold, and little by little, the algorithm starts rewarding you. A push here, a feature there, more impressions, more reach. It doesn't happen overnight, but it happens. You don't have to chase virality. You've built something more powerful, momentum. Because one viral video can make you famous, but momentum can make you unstoppable. You're not riding a wave, you're generating waves, and when a video finally pops off, you're ready. You've got more content waiting, a backlog of quality, a system that's already running, and new viewers don't just see one good video. They see 89 more reasons to subscribe. You stop fearing the future. You're no longer worried about what if it doesn't work. You know it's working. You've proven it to yourself. You know that even on your worst day, you'll find a way to deliver. And that changes how you view life. You realize success isn't magic. It's math. It's not a mystery. It's a formula. Show up, learn, adapt, repeat. That's the path, and it's not even hidden. Most people just don't want to walk it. This challenge isn't just about YouTube. It's about you. Who you become when you're pushed, who you choose to be when it's hard. You learn that showing up isn't about how you feel, it's about who you are. You become proud of the struggle, proud of the journey, proud of every video that didn't do well but taught you something, because you know those failures were your foundation, and something even more amazing happens. You start to enjoy it. The daily rhythm, the creative pressure, the need to think, to improve, to connect. It stops being a grind and starts being a groove. You find your flow, you find your voice, you find your tribe. Your community forms, not just of subscribers, but of people who genuinely care about what you're doing. They comment, they share, they message you to say, "I've been watching since day 14. They're invested. Because you gave them something to believe in, the discipline you built doesn't go away. When the challenge ends, you don't stop. You keep going, because now it's a part of who you are. You're not afraid to commit. You're not scared of hard work. You've already done the impossible 90 videos, 90 days. What else can stop you? Nothing. You've unlocked a new level, and you'll carry that with you forever. You've become the person people said couldn't exist. Someone who doesn't quit. Someone who shows up. Someone who builds even when no one's watching. Someone who dares to be consistent in a world addicted to comfort. That's rare, that's powerful, and that's why you're going to win. Because no one can take away your consistency. No one can outwork your effort. No one can steal your discipline. That belongs to you now. You earned it, one upload at a time, and this journey has only just begun. You don't know who's going to find your content tomorrow. You don't know which video might be the one. But what you do know is that you'll be here making, growing, improving. You're not betting on luck. You're betting on yourself, and after 90 days of uploads, that's a bet you can trust. So now you've seen what happens when you upload daily for 90 days. You don't just build a channel, you build character. You don't just gain followers, you gain fire. This journey forces you to face your excuses, fight your doubts, and forge your future. And when the world looks at you and wonders how you did it, you'll know the truth. You didn't wait for permission. You didn't hope for a breakthrough. You showed up when it was hard, when it was silent, when no one was clapping. And because of that, nothing can stop you now. This isn't the end. This is the beginning of the creator you were born to become. Keep uploading, keep building, because the world hasn't seen your best video.